Hey, hope you're good. Just Matt here, ready to rock and roll with your next session. For today's session, we're going to focus on mobility and stretching. Okay, you're going to need just like a sofa or like a stool or something like that we can use to put the foot on when we do some stretches for the hips. Okay, other than that, you don't need anything else. We're going to work our way through 3 10-minute rounds. Okay, and there's not actually going to be any rest between the 10-minute rounds, so it's basically 30 minutes of pure movement, stretching, mobility. So it should feel really nice. Okay, once we've got our way through this 30 seconds, it should feel nice and loose through the hips, through the back, particularly in today's session. Okay, I'm going to get started. So there's no specific warm-up or stretches because obviously everything that we're doing is going to do that anyway. So we're going to go straight into our first little round. You don't really need to worry about knowing what's coming next because I'm going to talk you through as we go. So it's just a question of following along, okay, with that. All right. So to get started, we're going to start off with an exercise where we're going to lunge forwards and we're going to drop the elbow, okay, on the same side towards the floor. Okay. So step forwards with the left foot. Okay, back knee, so that's your right knee touches the floor. Drop your left elbow down towards the ground. Okay. Come back to the top. And then do exactly the same with the right leg forwards, left knee touches the floor, drop the right elbow towards the floor. Okay? Carry on doing that exercise, and I will tell you when to change. Okay, so once that foot's out in front, that left foot there, drop that left elbow down. Yeah, right knee touches the ground, feel that stretch. Right, we're going to do 10 repetitions, or I'm going to do 10. You may do a couple more, you may do 1 or 2 less, doesn't matter. Okay, on this particular exercise. Good. Angle. Two more of these to go. Stretch. Lovely. Okay, now, using your couch, okay? This is the only exercise in today's session that we need something. Pop your right foot, or whatever you've got, exercise bench, right foot on the bench, okay? Right knee's on the ground, okay? And then I'm just going to gently push the hip forwards, place that same arm, the right arm in the air, okay? We're going to hold each of these stretches for 30 seconds. So we'll do 30 seconds on the right arm, or with the right arm in the air, stretching through the front of your right hip. And then we'll do exactly the same on the left, okay? And change there. All right, so we'll quickly flick over to the other side. Left knee on the ground. Left foot, left arm in the air, okay? And we'll feel that stretch. Gently whilst you're there, just push the left hip forwards, okay? Just slightly increase that stretch whilst reaching tall with the hand in there. Good, another 5 seconds here. Okay, lovely. Right, so now we're going to go into what we call a Cossack squat, okay, with a thoracic rotation. So start with your feet wide. We're going to shift our weight to one side there. We're going to turn that to up there, and I'm going to rotate with the opposite hand there. So I'm shifting my weight to my right, and I'm taking my left hand towards the sky. Come back to the centre, so we stood upright. Shift to the other side. Rotate round with the fingertips towards the sky. Okay? We'll keep alternating there. I'll let you know when to change, shift, rotate, shift, rotate. Couple more here. Okay, lovely. Now we're going to go into the press up position and we're going to do some cross-body mountain climbers. So, right knee goes to left elbow, and vice versa, okay? Good, keep working our way across here. Okay, lovely. All right. Now we're going to go back to that first exercise, which remember that lunge forward. And with the same arm, we drop the elbow towards the ground. So I'm going to lunge forward with my left leg, let the right knee touch the floor. Now drop the left elbow down towards the ground. Okay? Come back to the start position, lunge forward with the right leg. Yeah, left knee touch the floor, right elbow towards the ground. So here, when we've got that forearm down towards the ground, you should just feel the stretch. Sort of in and around the groin area. Yeah, up in towards the hip, hamstring area on that same side that's at the front. Okay? A little bit maybe through the back hip flexor, depending on how tight that is. Okay, that's those done. Now we're going to go into our couch stretches again. So rear foot elevated on the box, which will be the right foot to start with. Right knee on the ground. Yep, reach nice and tall with your right hand on the left hip. Just feeling that stretch through the front of your right hip. Good, now we're going to change sides. So we're going to have that left foot on top of the box. Okay, right foot out in front of you. Gently push that light left hip forwards, okay? Just going to feel that stretch. If the floor that you're using is soft enough, you've got a mat or something underneath your knee, just push your knee down and your hand up so you elongate that stretch, okay? Gently push the left hip forward so you feel the stretch in the front of that hip just a little bit more. Good. Okay. Lovely. So now we're going to go into those Cossack squats again, okay? So nice wide stance, okay? I'm going to shift my weight to the right hand side, take the right hand down towards the right ankle, and then rotate the left hand towards the sky. Okay, and keep my eyes following that. Shift to the other side. Yeah. Eye on the right hand. Shift to the other side. Eye on the left hand. Should feel a little bit of a stretch through that lower back on that side. Lovely. Okay, now we're going to go into the cross-body mountain climbers again. So in the press-up position, okay, remember, right knee to left elbow, left knee to right elbow. Okay, lovely. All right. Now we're going to go back to the first exercise again, which was that lunge forward with the elbow dropping down towards the ground. We've got about 1 minute and 10 seconds, okay, until we switch the exercise we're using for the next 10. Okay, so dropping that elbow down once the knee at the back to the ground, just feeling that stretch through the inside. Back to standing again, then we're going to change sides, okay? Just working our way through these nice little hip openers and a little bit of mobility around the hip area, okay? Working your way through these, little stretch through the front of the hip as you drop the elbow down. Yeah. Just almost allowing that back knee to be slightly behind the line of the back hip, okay? As you feel that stretch then through a little bit more through the front of the hip. Okay, lovely. Just grab a quick sit. That's the first 10 minutes done. Now we're going to move straight into some standing inchworms. So start nice and tall. Okay, just gently unravel the spine, take your hands down towards your toes. As you get close to that, walk your hands out. And then walk your hands back in, trying to keep the legs relatively straight. They don't have to stay dead straight, okay? Yeah, just as much as you can. Fold forwards from the hips. Yeah, work our way out. Work our way back in. Okay, keep going. Just going to turn my fan on. A little bit warm in here. Okay, just feeling that stretch as you go. Yeah, trying to maintain the heels in contact with the floor. Yeah, on the way back in. And on the way out. Keep working on these, I'll let you know when to change. Last one. Lovely. Okay. So now, sit yourself down with your knees, sorry, your hips sat down towards your heels. Okay, so sat there. Take your hands back behind you. Okay, then from that position, that's where you to push your hips up. Okay, so we're going to squeeze the glutes when we do that, and we're going to get this stretch to the front of the hips here. Okay, push the hips up. Lower the hips down. Squeeze the glutes, lift the hips, back down. Push the hips, back down. Okay, I'm just going to repeat. Last one. Lovely. Okay, now, I want you to get yourself into what we call the 90-90 position, okay? So basically, front knee directly in front of that front hip, okay? Knee at 90 degrees. Other knee at 90 degrees behind you. I want you to take your chin down towards your front knee and reach forward with the opposite hand. Okay, so I've got my right knee in front of me, yeah? Chin goes down towards my right knee, left hand goes out in front, and I should feel that stretch at the top of my right glute, okay? Back to the start position. We're going to go in and out of that stretch. Out of the stretch. I'll let you know the timings. Down into the stretch. Feel it. Come out. Back in. back out, back in, back out, back in, back out. Just starting to feel like I'm getting a bit closer to that knee now. Reaching forwards a bit more as well. Lovely little stretch this. Okay, we're going to switch that now. So the front knee is at 90 again, but it's the other knee, okay? Yep, going to reach through with the opposite hand, chin down towards the knee. Yeah, come out, just a little reference there on how far that went. I'm just going to tease a little bit more range of movement out, probably most reps. It's already coming there. Keep reaching there, in and out. 3 more repetitions to go. 3 forwards. Just be careful that foot doesn't slip back. Last one. Lovely. Okay, now go wide with the knees, okay, with the feet slightly inside the line of the hips, okay? So I've taken my knees wide, I'm just almost like sort of slightly on the inside of the knees, and then I'm just going to rock back, yeah, towards my heels again, and then I'm going to rock forwards, okay? So what we call a frog stretch, yeah, so I've done it before, in there, rocking through and back, okay? Nice and steady, yeah, we don't need to force this stretch, we're just rocking there, yeah? This is a really nice little stretch, this for the adductors, in and around the pelvis, just opening up, okay? There's lots of little insertions, okay, in original, where the adductors originate, okay, in and around that pelvis, okay? So we don't force the stretch here, we just feel it. Okay, lovely, that's those frog stretches done. Now, we're going to go back to the standing inchworms again, okay? Oh, it feels good, it feels really nice. Okay, here we go. Standing tall. We're going to reach down towards the floor, then we're going to walk the hands up. Okay? You're going to take your time on these, just work on trying to keep the heels close to the ground, okay? I've noticed a couple of times mine have come up, just need to focus on that. Fold, walk, heels down, heels down, heels down. Much as I can, and then walk the hands back in, and then gently stand tall again. Three more. Standing tall every time. Last one. Lovely. Okay. Now we're going to sit ourselves back on our heels again with our hands slightly behind us. Okay. We're going to do these little mini hip thrusts. Okay. So we're just going to squeeze the glutes, drive the hips up. Good. Okay, now we're going to get ourselves into that 90-90 position again. Okay, Okay, so we've got the front knee at 90 degrees as we did last time. Reach forward with the opposite hand. Back to the start. Okay, switch sides now with the knee at the front. Okay, so again, chin down towards the knee. Reach forward with the opposite hand. Try and breathe out as you get towards the end of the stretch. We've got 12 seconds left, so we'll just stay on this one, and then we're going to move into our last 10-minute round. Okay, there we go. Right, sit, quick sit. First exercise we're going to be doing is some oblique slides, all right? So, nice wide stance, legs straight, knees need to be locked. One thumb goes into the armpit, other hand goes past the knee, okay? As you do these, just try not to lean forwards, okay? That's it. We're keeping both hands in contact with the body, so we don't lose contact with those thumbs in line on the side of the body. Again, we try and stay in line over the top of the hips. Minimise any lean forwards, okay? Little subtle stretch down the side of the body as we go. Keeping the legs straight is key. Okay, lovely. Right, now sit yourself on your bum. Okay, take your feet wide. Okay, and then from here, we're going to, nice deep breath in. As we exhale, I want you to take your fingertips away from you and reach forward and take your chin towards your chest, okay? So nice deep breath in. That's it, nice deep breath in. No rush on the way out, okay? Chin down towards the chest. Just stretching through that thoracic spine. Chin towards the chest just does that for you. Sitting tall every time. Okay, lovely. Right, that's those done. Okay, next up, we're going to go upward downward dog. So basically, we're going to start with the hips high, hands pressing into the ground. Okay, from there, hands just slightly wider, drop the hips down towards the floor, chin off the chest. Okay, so we're going to end up here, and then from there we shift back, walk the hands back in until we get the heels towards the ground. Almost straighten the legs a little bit if you can. Feel the stretch through the hamstrings. Hands a little bit wider. Drop the hips down, chin off the chest. Okay, transition back to that start position again. Hands press into the ground. A little bit wide with the hands, drop the hips and knees down through to the ground. Chin off the chest. Good. Walk back. Hands press into the floor, feel the stretch with the hamstrings. A little bit wider with the hands, knees drop down, chin off the chest. One more of these, okay? Wider, drop the hips down. Lovely. Okay. Now, kneeling position with the hands under the shoulders. Take the left hand, place the left hand on the ear. Take the elbow through towards the underside of the the body, okay, almost trying to poke it through over to the right side, and then take the left elbow towards the sky. Elbow through, elbow up. Elbow through, elbow up. One more. 10. Okay, exactly the same on the other arm. So right hand on the right ear now. Take the right elbow through towards the left hand side, and then open up and take the right elbow towards the sky. One more. Okay, lovely. Right, back up on your feet. Now we're into the oblique slides again. So wide stance, remember thumb into the armpit on both sides, and then the hands go down. If you can get them past the knees, that's great. Feel that stretch down the side of your body. Okay, now sit yourself on your bum, okay, with your feet out to the side in front of you. Remember with this one, the breathing is key. So we have the hands in front of us. Nice deep breath in. And then as we breathe out, push the hands away from us, chuck the chin towards the chest. Back to the start position, okay? Repeat the sequence, okay? Deep breath in. Come back in. Nice and controlled. One more. Okay, lovely. Right, now we're going to go into the upward and downward dogs again. So starting with the hands being relatively close to you, with your hips high, your heels touching the floor. From that position there, we're going to walk the hands out slightly and drop the hips down with the knees touching the ground, chin off the chest. Okay, so we end up at the bottom there. And then we go back to the top and repeat the sequence. So pressing the hands into the floor, trying to get those heels into the floor, much the same way as we did with the standing inchworms. And then we're going to drop the hips through and knees touch the ground. Really controlled, nice and steady. Don't forget to breathe during these exercises, okay? I know it sounds like a really obvious thing to say, but sometimes we get carried away, we think about something else, we're not focusing on our breathing, okay? We get as much oxygen to these muscles as we can, gaps the joints. We're breathing, we're relaxing slightly less. More of a stretch. Okay, that's those done. Right. Now we're going to go into the kneeling thoracic rotations. Okay, so we've got one hand on the ear. Okay. Yep, so let's go with the right hand on the right ear, reach through underneath towards the left side of the body, open that right elbow up towards the ceiling, okay? Your eyes follow your elbow all the way through the step. Good, same on the other side, okay? Elbow through. Okay, lovely. Right, now we go back to the oblique slide. So we've got 32 seconds left. So we're going to finish with oblique slide. So we'll go all the way to the line with these, okay? Keeping the legs straight, remember. Both hands always in contact with the body. Feeling that stretch down the side of the body. You may notice it's slightly easier to go to one side than the other, okay? Which may indicate a little bit more tension through one side, or sometimes each of us, the little spinal processes that come out the side of our spine, yet can restrict a little bit of movement one way or the other, okay? Not a great deal we can do about that. Okay, job done. There's your 30 minutes. Should be feeling pretty loose, pretty good. If there's anything in there that you think, oh, I really like that stretch, that was really good for me this morning, or today, whenever you're doing this, do that stretch again. Spend a little bit more time doing that stretch if that worked really well for you. Okay? As always, leave a comment below. Okay? Let us know how you found it, and we'll see you really soon for your next session. Take care.